All right, let's get right into it. You know, sometimes a single night in the NBA can tell two completely different stories, and that's exactly what we're breaking down. On one side, you've got this legendary franchise, the Los Angeles Lakers, staring a massive problem right in the face. And on the other, a superstar in Phoenix just quietly making history. It's this incredible contrast, a story of a team's very loud failure and a player's undeniable greatness.
So, you gotta hear this quote. Our losses are louder than other teams. I mean, that just says everything, doesn't it? When you're the Lakers, you're living under a microscope. Every single mistake, every loss, it's not just a loss, it's front page news. And this one? Man, this one wasn't just loud, it was like a sonic boom.
So let's dig into what actually happened. Because this wasn't just another game, another tally in the loss column. No, this was a defeat that just ripped the curtain back and exposed a fundamental problem with this Lakers team.
Look, losing happens. It's the NBA. But this? Oh, this was something else entirely. We're talking about the Lakers losing at home to a Suns team without their superstar Devin Booker and another key guy. And get this, that same Suns team over their last 10 games had the worst offense in the entire league. So yeah, this wasn't just a loss on the schedule. This was a red alert 5-alarm fire. It's a huge sign that something is just fundamentally broken.
So pretty quickly, the analysts watching this just zeroed in on the why. And it wasn't a matter of bad luck or just an off-night shooting. The diagnosis was clear. There is a structural flaw, a glaring weakness in the Lakers' starting lineup, and it's all on the defensive end.
Okay, before we dive into the stats, just a real quick heads up. In the source clips, you might hear the analyst say the name Luka. Now, it's super clear from the context that they're actually talking about the Lakers guard D'Angelo Russell. So for the rest of this, just know that when we say Russell, that's who we're talking about.
And this right here lays the problem out in black and white. When Austin Reaves is the primary defender, opponents are scoring on him 48% of the time. Think about that. It's basically a coin flip. And with D'Angelo Russell, it's even higher, 49%. The game plan against the Lakers becomes painfully simple for other teams, right? You just hunt these two guys on offense. In today's league, where perimeter defense is absolutely everything, having a weakness like that, it's just devastating.
So the big question is, can you actually win a championship with two players who are such big defensive liabilities in your starting five? Well, Stephen A. Smith's answer was, let's just say it was emphatic. Hell to the no. His point is pretty clear. You simply cannot win at the highest level. You can't hoist that trophy with a backcourt that just bleeds points like this.
But here's the crazy part. While all this Laker drama was unfolding, this implosion was happening, something incredible was brewing on the other side of the court. So let's pivot away from a team's failure and talk about one man's historic triumph.
32,000. That's the number. On the exact same night his team was taking apart the Lakers, Kevin Durant crossed the 32,000 career point mark. It's a staggering number that puts him into one of the most exclusive, most legendary clubs in all of sports.
I mean, just stop and look at these names for a second. LeBron, Kareem, the Mailman, Kobe, Michael Jordan, and now Kevin Durant. This isn't just a list of all-stars, folks. This is the absolute Mount Rushmore of getting buckets.
And you know what happens when a player hits a milestone like this? It immediately kicks off one of the greatest debates in basketball. Is Kevin Durant not just one of the best scorers we've ever seen, but is he the single greatest scorer to ever play the game?
I mean, his resume is it's ridiculous. Two-time champ, two-time finals MVP, a league MVP, 4 scoring titles. The guy's basically a walking, talking trophy case. And that's not even mentioning that he's the all-time leading scorer in Olympic history. The accolades are just undeniable.
But here's the part that really blows my mind. He's sitting at 6 on the all-time scoring list right now, after missing the equivalent of nearly 3 full seasons because of major injuries. Can you even begin to wrap your head around where he'd be if he'd been healthy that whole time? It's staggering to think about.
Kendrick Perkins had maybe the best way to put it. He said, he's Beyoncé on the offensive end. He's flawless. And really, how can you argue with that? We're talking about a 7-footer who can handle the ball like a point guard, has a killer mid-range game, and can shoot from anywhere past half court. Offensively, there's just nothing he can't do.
But the argument for KD being the greatest scorer ever, it goes beyond just the sheer volume of points. It's really about how he gets them. It's about his efficiency. And when we look at those numbers, it's truly on another level.
Okay, now this right here is the stat that just ends the conversation for a lot of people. You've probably heard of the 50-40-90 club, right? It's the gold standard for efficient shooting. It means you're elite from literally everywhere. The legendary Larry Bird, he did it 3 times. King James, twice. Kevin Durant, he's done it 8 times. Let that sink in for a second. 8. That's not just better than everyone else. That's so far beyond everyone else, it's almost a different sport. It's a statistical anomaly.
So where does that leave us? What does all of this mean for his legacy? When it's all said and done, where does Kevin Durant actually belong in the pantheon of the greatest scorers to ever touch a basketball? And really, it comes down to this classic debate. When you ask who's the greatest scorer ever, for so many people, the answer is Michael Jordan. The killer instinct, that undeniable will to win in the biggest moments. But then you have the case for Kevin Durant, the most technically perfect, most efficient, most complete scorer we've ever seen. It's almost a battle of will versus skill, of mentality versus mechanics. So that's the question we're left with this unbelievable combination of size, skill, and that mind-bending efficiency. Even with all the time he's missed, has Kevin Durant actually made the case that he is the greatest scorer in the history of the game? On one incredible night, he didn't just climb the record books, he reignited one of the best debates in basketball. What do you think?